Question. That's why you're here. Poilievre is talking about dirty backroom deals, his words. Is that really what's going on here to get Conservatives to defect and cross the floor and join the Liberals?
Look, you can hear him struggling to stitch together a narrative as to how to explain this or why this is nefarious. But at the end of the day, we've seen floor crossings before on all sides. We saw Conservatives attract Liberal MPs and vice versa. The fundamental question for Pierre Poilievre, the one that's hanging over him this Christmas season, is why is it that you've lost effectively 3 members of Parliament from your own caucus this past season? And what does that say about your leadership going forward? You lost an election you were supposed to win. Right? You lost your riding that was supposed to be an absolute lock. Now you're losing members of Parliament. There's a threat you could lose the majority to Carney. He's got to start to win.
What did you make of Hodgson's comments yesterday that he's getting a lot of inquiries? Was he making a little mischief there, trying to be provocative, or do you think he was serious that there have been others who are looking at maybe leaving?
I've been wondering exactly the same thing as you. I mean, it's quite possible the answer is both.
Okay.
Definitely there's some mischief making. I mean, those messages were delivered with a grin on his face and a pat to his own back. So no question, he's a bit over his skis. But there have been 4 months rumors buzzing around Parliament Hill of defections. And there were names and people suggested as potential defectors who we've not yet seen leave the Conservatives. So I don't know that the story is complete. I'm not certain that Pierre Poilievre can feel secure. He is talking about the leadership review at the end of January because that is his strongest card to play. When you get to the rank and file membership, it's composed of people that he signed up 2-3 years ago to win the leadership. That's his base. He needs that as the imprimatur for his leadership. Right now, it feels like Conservative MPs are flying around like geese in winter.
Do you think, speaking of backrooming, do you think that Poilievre is speaking to his members and saying, hey, are you unhappy? Stay. What can we do? Is there any of that taking place at the same time that perhaps they're being courted by members of the Liberal Party?
Well, I don't know precisely what his appeal would be. That does not sound like Pierre Poilievre to me. That specific pitch, I don't think it's, hey, what's wrong with me and how can I help you feel better? Usually the Pierre Poilievre approach is, if you do this and it's bad for me, I will break you. And that's part of the challenge. I mean, there is a reason that Matt Genereux, the member of Parliament from Edmonton, is no longer in Parliament, that he has effectively said, I'd rather not be in Parliament than sit in the Conservative caucus any longer. And there's all sorts of buzz and rumors about what happened to him when he was suggested as a potential defector. I do think that Poilievre is attempting hard, and his team is attempting hard, to strap down those remaining members of Parliament. Understand, if he were to lose the majority, if he had another defector or 2, it would be a very damning development. And yes, the rank and file for his membership review at the end of January, that they should be strongly behind him. But at some point, man, you are going to start to see a run on the Pierre Poilievre bank because it has been a really, really bad season. He's got to take time over the holidays to fix what's wrong because there's plenty wrong.
It's going to be really interesting to see if there is another move over the holidays.
Well, here's one more issue. If you're Mark Carney, do you really want to push Pierre Poilievre out? Look at where the Conservative Party is polling, neck and neck with you, right? What is the drag on the Conservative Party? Pierre Poilievre. What is the most treasured?
So do you weigh out then, you'd rather have a majority government but not have Poilievre? I see what you're saying.
Isn't Mark Carney like all of us? Don't you want your cake and eat it too? The way I would look at it if I was advising Mr. Carney would be, do not court any further defections now before the leadership review. Let Pierre Poilievre have his leadership review. Get his 75, 80% vote of support. He feels that he's strong. Then take a couple more members of Parliament. Get your majority, but then make certain that Poilievre feels secure in his position and doesn't want to leave. That, to me, is the best of all possible worlds. Now, this isn't a Swiss watch. You can't always engineer it to precise detail. So we'll have to see. But the point is this. Pierre Poilievre last year drove Justin Trudeau out of office, and that spelled his Waterloo ultimately. Mark Carney doesn't want to repeat Pierre Poilievre's mistake. He wants to keep Pierre Poilievre in a weird way right where he is.
Scott Reid for us this morning. Scott, thank you so much. Appreciate it.